What's up, Ranger Nation? It is your boy JB, and we are here this morning for a brand new review of Power Rangers Dino Fury. This is episode 3, and the episode is titled Lost Signal, you guys. This is another, for me, another great episode. Like, shout out to the team, man. These episodes, you think I'm like, I'm going to stop. What's up, Ranger Nation? It is your boy JB, and I am here this morning with the review for Power Rangers Dino Fury. This is episode number 3, and the episode is titled Lost Signal, you guys. Another solid episode, another one. Stellar. Love this episode. Yeah, that's all I gotta say is, once again, it's another amazing episode of Dino Fury. Definitely shout out to the team that put these episodes together. Fantastic job. But you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and just get into the episode review, shall we? All right, you guys. Now, I had saw a steal. Someone had sent me a, well, no, did someone send me a steal of this? Yes. Someone had sent me a steal of this photo, and people I saw on social media where people were speculating, which we'll talk about it. So we see Zato, and Zato has this little amber crystal in his hand. Now, some people were thinking maybe this is one of the inner gems, but when it comes down to the inner gems, you guys, now the one thing we have to remember is, and I didn't think about this last night, was a pendant. And it's, he's thinking about his planet Rafcon. Now, this pendant, like I said, it does resemble an inner gem, but I didn't think about it when the person initially mentioned it to me. But we're in a different dimension from Dino Charge, so I don't necessarily know if in a regular dimension that we're in, I don't know if the Dino gems even exist. So that's one thing. So Amelia comes and sits with him, and she's like, "Hey, that's nice. Like, where can I get one?" He's like, "This is for my planet Rafcon." She's like, "Oh, so there's probably no, overnight shipping, huh?" Yeah, unless you're, I mean, nope, not unless this planet has a sole survivor. I didn't even mean to make that a pun, like the song Soul Survivor. So they get a call from Solon, and Solon is telling them that there is an intergalactic message that's come through. And I don't know why I just did, because I was doing this with my wrist, on my wrist, because they twist the communicator, and then they hit it and they teleport. So they go back to the base. So they do try to listen to the message that came through, but unfortunately, one of the the modulator that they were using, it burned out, so they're unable to listen to the message and figure out where it came from. So then Amelia says, "Okay, how about we go to Madame Indigo? She's a psychic, and she can let us know what the message is." Now, Ollie is a bit of a pain, he's a bit of a douchebag. Got to be honest with you, Ollie's a douchebag, because I get where Ollie's coming from about he wants to use science to be able to answer all of your questions, but at the same time, Ollie, you don't have to crap on somebody else's what they think might work. I mean, in the first episode, he cracked on her about the ghost, but you believe in aliens, and you guys live in a dimension where aliens exist, so who's to say ghosts don't exist? But it is what it is. So then we do see Zato, Ollie, and Amelia as they go to see Madame Indigo. Now, while they're there, also Jane and Jayborg are visiting Madame Indigo. And Madame Indigo is giving Jane her, reading her and telling her that she's going to have her own psychic abilities. And then she puts, she blindfolds her. I'm like, oh God, this is not going to go well. So we see Jane and Jayborg, and they're going on the hunt. I don't know if but she's looking for her psychic powers, and she's also going to try to help the Rangers find the Sporix. I'm like, okay, good luck with that one, Jane. So then Madame Indigo, she's sitting down with Zato, and she's sitting with Ollie and Amelia. So she asks Zato for something that would link him to his planet. So he takes off his pendant and he hands it to her. And so then she starts giving him a fortune, which it was pretty vague, but I mean, Zato doesn't know anything about that because Zato's not from this planet and he's been in stasis for 65 million years, so he doesn't realize that. Unfortunately, she's blowing smoke up his butt. But who knew that she was blowing smoke? You guessed it. Ali Akana. So Ali takes it upon himself to say, hey, can you tell me and Amelia's future? We've been together for a while. We're in love. And he's just playing on this. And so she gives him their future. And then you could just see Amelia's face goes in. I'm like, oh, poor Amelia. Again, Ali, you don't have to be a douche rocket. Like, you really don't. But, I mean, God, he really does not have to be a douche rocket. But he is. But, I know that over time, Ollie's going to change. I just don't know how much time it's going to take. But right now, I'm like, oh, Ollie. Yeah, you don't know tact. But it is what it is. So once they leave, Zato was like, I didn't know that you and Amelia were in a relationship. He called you honey. She was like, we're not. He was doing that to prove a point. Now, let's talk about, so you guys, like I said, Jane and Jborg, they're out trying to find, her psychic abilities as well as looking for Sporix. Well, Jane got on the bus and the bus door closed and went down the hill. And now see, I like this comedic balance because it ties into the story. It ties into the episode. It's not, just thrown at you. It's actually a part. It's dealing with this episode. So then Jborg actually does find a Sporix and it materializes into, what's her name? Vipera. And Jborg calls the hotline to let the Rangers know about Vipera. So we're going to pause right here and we're going to keep it pushing. All right, you guys. So like I said, Jborg called the hotline. So the hotline does work. So the Rangers get the call and they teleport to where Vipera is. And Vipera instantly, she freezes Zato and she attacks him. So then Ollie and Amelia don't look at her. So Dino Fury keys, they morph. I need to get that morpher. We'll get the morpher eventually so we can display it for you guys. Actually, what I want to do is I want to flip this so it goes the long way. Got to figure out how to hang this. But whatever. So while Zato is frozen, Amelia and Ollie, they have to battle with Vipera. But they can't use their eyes to battle with her or else they'll freeze. So Mucus arrives, and I do like the direction that they're taking with Mucus as opposed to Crayon, because you guys know Crayon was the one who created the Minosaurs in Ryu Soldier, whereas Mucus is just, I guess, just being there, going to be the sidekick to the Sporix. Pretty cool. So eventually Mucus and Vipera, they leave. So once Mucus and Vipera leave, the Rangers go to the observatory to see, what the message says. So once they do get to the observatory, the scientist tells them that it was nothing. I'm like, how do you know that? But see, Ollie is really lucky that Amelia is not like him, because Amelia could have thrown that in Ollie's face, because Ollie threw the whole Madame Indigo in her face. So Amelia could have been like, ha, see, you came at me about, Madame Indigo not working, but look at here, your science didn't do anything, because Solon said that there was a message there. But your guy right here, yeah, your scientist guy friend, he's saying that there's nothing there. So who's really in the wrong? Ollie. So see, Ollie's lucky that Amelia's not that type of person. So Amelia, now Zato at this point, he's really devastated and he's upset. So Zato just wants some time to himself. So then Amelia gets a text message from someone from Buzz Blast. So they go back to Buzz Blast to find out that the feed is down. And then once they get there, the monitors, they're fuzzy at first. They look like back in the 90s when you guys, oh God, I'm about to age myself. But back in the 90s when, because after a certain time, and at a certain time at night, there would be no late night programming that we have in the early mornings, like the infomercials and stuff. That stuff didn't exist in the 90s. TV just went off. You would just get and it would be a spectrum of colors that you would see. That is so interesting to think about it. In the 90s, you would never see a TV show on past, I think it was midnight that television will go off. Back in the 90s, it was midnight. But yeah, we're going off on a tangent. Didn't mean to do that. So while they're doing that, while the TV is doing that, it comes into focus, and it's, Vipera, who is freezing all the citizens of Pine Ridge. Now Zato was back in the base with Solon, and Solon notices, what's on the television as well. And Zato tells her, no, like, don't turn that on. But she does, and he freezes once again. So Solon, however, did not freeze. So then, she cut the feed, and, Zato returned back to his normal self. So they figure out where the signal is coming from. So the signal is coming from the roof of Buzz Blast. So then, they're having a conversation, and Solon notices the pendant that Zato has, and she notices that the pendant resembles the modulator. So they may be able to decode the message that she thought was, basically lost. So at this point, Zato knows that, it's up to him to, take care of Vipera. So he gets one of the Dino Fury keys. I think it's called the Sonic, what was it? I want to get it correct. It's the Sonic Dino key. So he's going to take care of that. So I'm going to pause right here, and then we will keep pushing forward. All right, you guys. So Zato, he shows up to Buzz Blast, where Mucus and Vipera are with the Sonic Dino key. So, he's blindfolded because he can't look at Vipera. Because if he does, again, Vipera will freeze him. So he takes the Sonic Dino key, and he puts it in, and boom, boom. And so he then begins to battle with Vipera, and he also destroys, the feed, and that frees the citizens of Pine Ridge, as well as Ollie and Amelia, who also come and join him in the battle with Vipera. Now, at the same time, Vipera made herself grow. And that's another thing that I will say that I do like about this show. They're not really using much from Ryusoulger. They're not using that much. It's mostly original footage. Because if you guys remember, which I didn't even watch all of Ryusoulger, but with the Ryusoulger, the way that the Minosaurs would grow was they would suck the energy from their host. Whoever the host was, they would suck the energy from them, and that would allow them to grow. But with the Sporix Beast can grow on their own, which is pretty cool. So then, at this point, it's Zord time. So we got the T-Rex Champion Zord on the way. Solon has been working to bring in the Tricera Blade Zord online, and the Ankylo, what is her Zord? I should have got the name. The Ankylo Zord online. So Zato is in his Zord, and eventually we do get, the Tricera Blade Zord, and I think it's in my notes somewhere. I really believe it's in here. The Ankylo Zord. Those are online, and then they form the Megazord. The Megazord. So before they actually formed the Megazord, Ollie and Amelia both were able, because Zato said, when he got into the Tricera T-Rex Champion Zord, that he needed for them to figure out a way to cover her eyes because they can't go into the Zords and battle her blind. So they covered her eyes, and then they combined the Zords, and then they ultimately defeated Vipera. I love her name is Vipera, similar to Vipera from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. So you guys know when the Sporix beasts are destroyed, they turn back into the original form that they were in before. So much like in the last episode, Void Knight shows up expecting to get the Sporix beast. But this time, the Rangers got the Sporix beast. You guys, I want to keep a tally. I think that's what we'll do after every episode. We'll keep a tally of how many people have Sporix beast. So at this point, Void Knight has one Sporix beast, and the Rangers have one Sporix beast. So we're going to keep a tally of that. You know, I was looking at that at the end of the episode when they put the Sporix beast back in the thing that they were in when Void Knight first came into the base. It gives you a sense of Power Rangers Time Force. Because you guys remember in Time Force, when the mutants were destroyed, they would take, where is it? You remember in Time Force when they would, you know, the monsters would drop back down, you're under arrest. And they would take the Time Force badge and put them in containment. That's what it gave me the feel of. All right. That's probably gonna fall. All right, you guys. And then just to wrap the episode up, the Rangers, like I said, they're in the base. They put the Sporix beast up. And at this point, Solon has been able to, play the message for them. Now, unfortunately, it's in a different language. It's a different alien language that Solon doesn't know. And she said, I think she said she knows 16 languages. And then Zato doesn't know it either. And at this point, they can make communication with other beings. So I'm wondering, is this going to be our way of getting Mick from Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel? But that's going to wrap the episode up for me, you guys. Now, we will be off next week due to the Kids' Choice Awards, so we won't be back for another Power Rangers Beast Morphers. We won't be back for another Dino Fury episode until Saturday's March the 20th. So I will see you guys in the next one. And also, you guys, so I know last week I talked about the other YouTube channel that I have that'll be dedicated to Power Rangers. The link is in the description bar. So what I'll do is I'm going to continue for now putting content on this channel until this channel grows to 1,000. Once this channel grows to 1,000, then everything will move over there. But my biggest plan right now is to do Zencage reviews over there on that channel. So go down in the description bar, and like I said, the channel name as well as the link to it. You can copy it and paste it and subscribe to it. And my goal is to have the Zencage review up no later than Tuesday night. That's the goal. But yeah, you guys, that's it for me. Like this video, please leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to this channel and the other channel. And you guys stay safe out there. Please take care of yourselves. Remember, wear your mask to socially distance, and we will all get through this together, Ranger Nation. And I will see you guys later for Zencager. Bye, guys.